only do we mine Bitcoin, but we mine things like Kaspa.
If you're already mining Bitcoins, why did you just purchase more Bitcoins?
Oh, wow. Okay. Kaspa is
It's a proof of work coin.
Got it.
It's one of the up and coming coins.
Got it.
Yeah, people ask us, well, why are you mining Kaspa? What the hell's that? You're a Bitcoin miner. Well,
Internet speed crypto. Internet speed proof of work. So you keep the same ethos, the same principles of Bitcoin. I mean, Nakamoto system, proof of work, blocks, transactions, all the things you're familiar with. And
Okay, well then maybe Bitcoin isn't digital currency at all, right?
Hello everyone, welcome again to the channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos and welcome in today's episode. Now, Binance again. This is not the first time we've talked about Binance hinting about listing Kaspa. They've been doing it for a long period of time, and now they've come up with another hint. Will they probably list Kaspa soon, or are they waiting for smart contracts? What are they even waiting for? So this is a question that most people in the Kaspa community keep on asking themselves, and I used to ask myself this question a lot. Like, when are these top tier 1 exchanges going to list Kaspa? We only have Kraken that have decided to list Kaspa. They listed Kaspa back in 2024, and we hoped that Binance and Coinbase, they were going to follow, but they keep on teasing. They give signs and everything, but they don't actually list Kaspa. Now, I want to explain to the Kaspa community why this is not even a concern. Like, this is one of the last things you should be worried about, whether Kaspa is going to be on Binance or Coinbase, because I feel like the level of attention that Kaspa is getting is really unavoidable. You cannot ignore the attention that Kaspa is getting, and this attention that comes to the Kaspa project or to the Kaspa ecosystem is not pushed to people's faces like other projects. Other projects have a marketing team that is going to push ads on your face for you to get to know their cryptocurrency. But when it comes to Kaspa, it is all community driven, peer-to-peer communication, driven by the Kaspa believers and the Kaspa holders, and that is what is unique about Kaspa. So let's get into what we think, or I think, might be another hint from Binance that they are going to list Kaspa very soon. And I mean very soon. When people don't expect them to list Kaspa, that's when they're going to drop a bomb and people are going to be surprised. And you know, when these top tier 1 exchanges list certain types of cryptocurrency, it has a huge impact. I won't sit here and say that Binance or Coinbase won't have any impact on Kaspa. They have a huge impact on Kaspa, because once Kaspa gets listed on these top tier 1 exchanges, it drives the floodgates. Even the people that never learned about Kaspa have exposure to Kaspa, and it also makes it easy for people to access Kaspa. So some people never use other crypto exchanges apart from Binance and Coinbase or OKX. These people, if they don't look outside, they don't even know that Kaspa actually exists. But once Kaspa gets to Binance and Coinbase, that's where you find a lot of liquidity. That's where you find a lot of big money. So it is like opening the gates for liquidity to Kaspa. And due to the fact that Binance, Coinbase, they have a lot of users and they have a lot of trust, they have a lot of big players that use Binance and Coinbase, I think them being exposed to Kaspa is really massive for the Kaspa ecosystem. But nevertheless, I think what happens inside the Kaspa ecosystem is much more important than what is going to be happening outside the Kaspa ecosystem, because if the development isn't right, smart contracts don't happen, or anything that Kaspa is actually working on, if it doesn't go right, Binance or Coinbase won't help Kaspa. So Binance, Coinbase, they facilitate a little bit. They provide exposure, the liquidity is going to be flooding into Kaspa, but the most important thing is what happens inside the Kaspa ecosystem, the building, the transactions, the adoption, and everything that Kaspa is actually doing. So as you can see, this is on the Binance website, and you can see that Kaspa price, and they're saying Kaspa to CAD, 1 Kaspa equals to 0.11807 Canadian dollar. So this has been something that we can interpret that they are ready to list Kaspa. We saw this with crypto.com. Crypto.com, we are putting out posts explaining how to buy Kaspa, how to sell Kaspa, how to store Kaspa. So if you're not planning on listing, why would you put out these kinds of posts? If they are not interested at all in Kaspa, why would they put these posts out there? They want their users, they want their customers to learn about Kaspa. I believe there's a lot of people that don't even know that Kaspa exists. That's why it's our job. It is our responsibility as Kaspa believers to spread the word about Kaspa to as many people as possible. And we can do this by liking these videos, sharing these videos as much as we can. So Binance is giving another hint. Binance keeps on giving hints. You can see they're trying to tell people how to convert Kaspa to Canadian dollar, how to convert Kaspa to US dollars, how to convert Kaspa to euro. This is something that I can interpret that they are interested in Kaspa, and they know there's a lot of money to be made when it comes to Kaspa, because these exchanges thrive on fees. They thrive when a project thrives. They also thrive if they list Kaspa. They can't miss out on those fees actually. So this is why I'm not even worried about Kaspa, because if a cryptocurrency that came from ground, no marketing, only community driven, can achieve this, what is going to happen if they put in a little bit of effort after they list Kaspa? If they put in a little bit of effort, like to tell their users that we are now going to list Kaspa. Kaspa is the blockchain trilemma solver. Kaspa is a proof of work that can scale more than most of the proof of stake cryptocurrencies. Kaspa is secure, decentralized, and scalable. And all the good things you can know about Kaspa, if they start like to tell people why they should buy Kaspa, that's a little bit of marketing, and that is going to really help Kaspa. So as I said, what happens inside the Kaspa ecosystem is much more important than what happens outside, but we also need external factors to drive Kaspa adoption. Big players have a big role to play. Binance, Coinbase, these are big institutions. These are big centralized exchanges, and they have a lot of users. They have a lot of trust. And as we can see, most of the big whales, or most of these top people, use this Binance and Coinbase. Even the normies also use Binance and Coinbase. Others don't look outside to see what kind of opportunities are there. So if something is not listed on Binance or Coinbase, they believe that it is not legit, it is not legal, or it is not proven to be legit. So Kaspa being on Binance or Coinbase, it adds something for the Kaspa ecosystem. So I won't dismiss the fact that it is important, or very, very important, for Kaspa to be on Binance and Coinbase, but it is going to happen at their own timing. We cannot say that it's going to happen today, tomorrow, or after smart contracts, or after everything. I thought after the Crescendo hard fork, Binance, Coinbase, OKX, and other top tier 1 exchanges, they were going to list Kaspa. This is what I thought, but that did not manifest as I wished. And that's not a problem, because development in the Kaspa ecosystem never stopped. People never stopped talking about Kaspa. People never stopped building on Kaspa, and the development actually never stopped. In fact, it has been so amazing to see what is being built in the Kaspa ecosystem after 10 blocks per second, because it unlocked a lot of very, very cool features. So if they decide to list after smart contracts, that's good. If they don't decide to list Kaspa after smart contracts, that's also cool, because we have only how many days left? Today, as I record this video, it is 25th of August. We have, like, I would say 5 or 6 days to the end of the month. So we have been promised by Casplex that they are going to release smart contracts on 31st of August. So that's going to be amazing. That's going to be really, really huge. And at the same time, we are waiting on that yellow paper from Jonathan Sompoliski. That is going to be game changing also. So the next 3-4 months for Kaspa are going to be fire. I think they are going to be really, really hot. And the attention that Kaspa is getting, I'm not even worried about these top tier 1 exchanges listing Kaspa, because if the Kaspa ecosystem can infiltrate the Bitcoin community and cause a lot of chaos, because we are seeing a lot of meltdown when it comes to the Bitcoin maxis, because we can see a lot of heat in the Bitcoin community that has been caused by Kaspa. And I don't think if Kaspa can really cause the upset or the chaos, not in a bad way, but all this frustration from the Bitcoin maxis, I don't see why these top tier 1 exchanges will keep on ignoring Kaspa. Because if Kaspa can disrupt one of the strongest communities in the world, or in the crypto community, which is the Bitcoin community, centralized exchanges are paying attention and they're seeing this power, and they cannot miss out on these fees. Once Kaspa gets listed, most of the people will want to buy Kaspa. They will want to hold Kaspa. KAS USDT is live on Kraken. So Kraken, I think this is one of the first top tier 1 exchanges that has decided to list Kaspa. They listed Kaspa back in 2024. So them adding KAS USDT pair, that's really, really game changing. Now you can swap your Kaspa of USDT easily, which is very, very, very good. Now Kraken did their own thing. They have been supportive of Kaspa since back in the days. I don't think Binance and Coinbase are going to take much longer. Something is coming, and it will happen when most people least expect it. When everyone has ignored the fact that they are going to list Kaspa, that's when it's going to come. It's going to come that way, when most of the people are not even aware of. But you're going to see signs, and these are the signs. They are trying to tease people about Kaspa. They are trying to tell people what Kaspa is, how to buy Kaspa, how to convert Kaspa. And it's just common sense. If you don't want to list Kaspa, then why put out posts about how to convert Kaspa, how you can buy and sell Kaspa? So these are all hints. It's not that we are trying to hallucinate here, or it's not that we are trying to create a certain delusion that everything that Binance or Coinbase, it's not that we are trying to link everything to Kaspa listings when it comes to centralized exchanges. It is the facts. Convert Kaspa to Canadian dollar. Why would you put that on your website if you're not interested in listing Kaspa? So it's just like preparing people. This is like a starter. Like you want to let people know, first of all, about Kaspa, how to convert it, so that when you list it, people are so much aware of what is happening. So this is what I think. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Binance, Coinbase, and other top tier 1 exchanges listing Kaspa. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next episode.